It will not be loud outside here. Yeah, so it's on Monday. From checking the calendar. 8:30. Some news coming 8:30. So we have some volatility expected. Hopefully you can I'm clear, right? So this is the 4-hour time frame, and what I have been expecting, or what I did expect, is I want to see retracement into this weekly fair value gap, right? Then either we continue higher, or maybe if the market will be reversing. But since we are in a bullish trend, I want to see bullish prices of these possible fair value gap. Hasn't really been confirmed, but also we might be forming something like this, whereby a candle opens at this point, forms a small lower wick, then we expand higher, then later on we will be rejecting to form that fair value gap. So it's possible we expect that at this similar scenario that happened around this point in time happen with this current candle. Also, we can see a thing like this. You can see we formed that fair value gap. If I can yeah, something like this for this week, but not really expecting sharp movement. We maybe a consolidation to confirm that fair value gap, of which we might see prices pushing higher. That similar scenario is this: a lower wick, then the candle expands going higher. So that's what I will be watching for. And the first target, if you're bullish, I will be watching for the weekly high. Want to see how the market will be reacting of the weekly highs and see what will happen. So since we kinda know that, and I'm expecting bullish prices, let's try to refine maybe off the daily time frame, where can price possibly react off of. We had this 4-hour fair value gap. Hopefully you can hear me. There's a lot happening around me, but sorry for that. So from this high, from the previous week's high to the previous week's low, we have this range whereby we have been forming fair value gaps. And whenever we have a fair value gap from a low to a high, we refer to this as a price leg. So within this price leg, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, what we are having is, you can see I have placed this Fibonacci tool. Maybe we might see a thing into these maybe lower, which it's all about probabilities. We might not see that, but we might maybe see price deliver to these lows, maybe to the weekly order block or below the discount, and then we start pushing higher. But if that won't actually happen, then what is likely to happen? So we need also to diagnose that. So from the daily time frame, though our price isn't really inside a discount, what we can see, we have a fair value gap from which we can maybe expect a continuation higher. But what's currently happening is this candle is expanding higher minus having a tap into that daily fair value gap. What we saw is a daily immediate rebalance that has been formed, then this candle is rejecting. We are in close proximity to this previous week's high, and then what I will be more of expecting is to see this high being swept. Then off there we can also watch what price will be doing, either retrace to this daily fair value gap, then maybe if it's going to go lower, we will determine what will happen. But from this seemingly we are pushing higher, and sometimes we usually tend to have those fair value gaps being formed, right? If we can look for one, we had a possible fair value gap that was formed but was later on traded into. I want to see a fair value gap that wasn't traded into. A good example was this. We had this fair value gap. Maybe we could have anticipated this candle to drop, maybe sting into the fair value gap, but what happened with this candle is it expanded higher, then later on we dropped. So sometimes those case scenarios might happen. Another case scenario is this candle would have more been expected to maybe sting into this fair value gap, but what happened, it expanded higher, swept those highs, and then the next day we swept all those liquidities, then the market dropped into that fair value gap, then we pushed higher. So situation like this might happen, but it's always ideal to align context with direction, right? But for now, we have only created that immediate rebalance. We are pushing, and the 4-hour, if we try to observe what it's doing, is we're engineering more liquidities below here, also paired with this 4-hour fair value gap, as well as we have closed up. We will be, this candle, I think in the next 1 hour will be closing above this level, and if it closes above that level, then what level can I be watching for? Maybe expecting bullish prices. We have this high there, which is an order block, and then we have a 4-hour immediate rebalance. So at this moment in time, we have this 4-hour immediate rebalance. Good to see. Yeah, we have it there. So the 4 hour immediate rebalance, we have this fair value area which will be clear from the 1 hour time frame. We have this weekly target in close proximity. Then we are, so we have that weekly high in close proximity with these weekly the 4 hour IR. Let me label it. We have news at around 8:30, so we'll be seeing how the next 4 hour candle will be opening. So we have the 4 hour IR, should be at bottom right, and this is the fair value area. If we go to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that the market is showing bullishness. We have this 1 hour fair value gap confirmed at this moment in time, aligning with this fair value area. You can see we have price leg number 1, 2 and 3, though we have relative equal lows at this moment in time. So we need to be very careful how price reacts to this level. If price doesn't actually react bullish, then we can be seated. We don't want to engage if we don't have any bullish scenarios of this 1 hour fair value gap. There we go. So of this 1 hour fair value gap aligning with also these order blocks, so we might maybe see a deep retracement to form this 4 hour IR, as well as a tap into that 1 hour OB. And then if we see bullish prices going higher, then we can engage targeting these previous weeks high. But until then, I think that's what we need to wait for. And if we fail to take that, remember we have all these fair value gaps below here, which is a likelihood that we might also expect the market to rally to these imbalances. So we need to be very careful. We need to be very open-minded and see how the 8:30 candle, I think this candle in the next 1 hour, we will be determining what will be happening. We might also price push higher, sweep those liquidities, and then we start dropping. So it's a matter of reacting to what price is showing us. So that's what I'm expecting. The two scenarios of this level, first of all, to push towards this high, then we'll be monitoring how price reacts to this high. If that fails, then price might be dropping, and I don't want to get involved in the choppy against the trend, in the choppy moves against the trend. What I want to align is I want to be aligned with the market, with the trend. So that's what I will be watching for. Let's wait and see what will be presenting, and until then, let's see, and I'll catch up with you guys.